Hello, everyone. I'm Athenarethispodcasts, and welcome back to the Quarantine podcast. This week's special guest is...
Me, Rodney. Hey,
What's up?
everyone.
My internet connection is a little bit unstable. We're dealing with that today, but it's fine, I hope. So Rodney, it looks like you have a special guest
Oh yeah.
behind you.
This is my dog named Kobe, just chilling in the corner.
What type of dog is he, if people are just listening to this?
He is a Siberian Husky. We got him about, I want to say 10 years ago. So he's been with us for a pretty long time.
So is he like 10 or 11? When did you get him?
We got him when he was kind of a puppy. Maybe he was like 2 or 3. So he's around 13 right now. So he's pretty up there in age, but
Got it.
he's
Cool.
still crazy.
Well, welcome, Kobe. Oh my gosh.
Oh, he heard you.
Oh my gosh. Hey.
Yeah, Kobe's happy to be here.
Great. Yeah. Well, we're really happy to have him. He's the best. Okay. So Rodney, do you have any show recommendations for us in the beginning?
Yeah, so 2 shows I've been watching. One is Arrested Development, which is a pretty old show. But if you want to just like binge through a comedy series, that's one I recommend. It's on Netflix. And then one is called The Boys, which is a drama series. It's pretty violent, so stay clear if you're not a fan of like too heavy violent stuff, but it's really good. It's like a social commentary, so
Cool. I just have one show to recommend. Touch. It's on Hulu. It's a really good show. Check it out. I mean, I've been watching the same. If you listen to the podcast, you already know the shows I'm watching. So I'm in between a lot of shows, Still in the first season for a lot of them.
getting up there, getting to it.
Yeah, you know how it is.
Yeah.
So Rodney, what's your screen time like?
Right now I average about an hour and 27 minutes.
What?
Yeah. I haven't been using my phone that much. I've been busy with schoolwork and stuff.
You averaged an hour and... Oh my god. Oh, actually, wait, I only have an hour and 7 minutes. I don't know what I'm saying. I thought it was so much more. Okay, you can click, like, see all activity, and, like, today, okay, only an hour and 7 minutes, but this week, oh, an hour and 7 minutes. What the heck? Okay, my most used app is Instagram, by far.
Oh.
What's yours?
Mine's is Reddit.
Reddit?
Yeah.
Nice. What subreddits are you on?
Mostly I just browse through Popular, which is like a summary of all the subreddits, but right now I'm sub to, which ones am I sub? Am I r/gaming, r/news, r/politics? So like basically the main popular ones.
Nice. I just got a couple to shout out because I'm sometimes on Reddit. I'm on miniatures, which is like the mini stuff, like really small things. I'm really into that. I'm on music theory because I'm trying to learn music theory.
Hey.
Rodney knows theory. What else am I on? And yeah, just like the regular ones. And then I'm on like Harry Potter and whatever heck else. Random stuff. But go to miniatures, it's fun. I also like going / like roast me. Or like,
Oh, that one's funny.
That one's funny. I've done that a lot. I'm too scared to like post something, but maybe I will. We'll see. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So Rodney, kind of the big thing if people are watching the video or listening to it, you're a transfer student, but also you're a musician. But let's first go into you're a transfer student. You just transferred this year, right?
Right.
From where? Just kind of turn to
yeah.
that.
So I spent 2 years at Moore Park College, and then I just transferred to CSUN. So this is my first semester at CSUN.
Cool. So just so anyone knows, he is a year older than me. We met.
Right. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot to say like how we know each other. We kind of met in high school.
A little bit, yeah.
A
You'd
little
hang out
bit.
with one of our mutual friends.
Yeah. Glorianne.
Yeah.
She did the first episode. I'm really close friends with her, and he's really close friends with her, and that's how we're friends. Hopefully one day Glorianne might we might all go to San Diego, but not during COVID time. And Rodney, we hang out often,
Right, yeah.
not just me and you, but as a group.
Yeah. We have like
Yeah,
our weekly Zoom sessions.
yeah. And then we also been bowling quite a few times, and me, Gloria, and you. I would say we're kind of a trio sometimes.
Yeah,
Like we
I'd
went
say
to,
so.
yeah, I would say so too.
The main characters? No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I should say
um,
that.
well, I mean, you already said it. Um, but yeah, we went to Bob's Big Boy a couple times. Target, that was fun. Glorian's workplace, go get coffee. I don't.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's how we know each other. We're friends. We both are friend. We have a friend that's friends with the other. That probably didn't make any sense. But yeah, but now you're going to the same college that I'm going to. So if this was not COVID time, we'd be hanging out a bunch. The three of us, the trio would be back in action doing homework. And we do homework sessions sometimes
Right, yeah.
when we don't do homework. I mean,
We
we
mostly
do.
talk, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's good to just catch up and stuff because, I mean, talking to your friends once a week is good, but also, like, sometimes you're busy and it gets canceled or whatever, or not everyone
Right.
shows up. Yeah. Okay, so you're a transfer student. So how was spring 2020 for you? Like from in person to online at Moore Park?
Yeah, so spring 2020 started out smoothly, as like I'm sure everyone can say. And then what going into quarantine is kind of when things got a bit shifty. Because at that time a lot of my teachers had no experience using Canvas. Like they just did all their stuff in class in person. So it was pretty shaky, just like communicating with our teachers, um, getting our assignments in on time because we're working with, yeah, because they didn't really have too much knowledge of the platform.
Yeah. No, I feel you. One of my professors now doesn't use Canvas and it's kind of annoying. I mean, it's my photography professor, but he has like his own blog, which is really funny. Like I
Uh-huh.
really think that's cool, but I would like to have Canvas just to like get some clarification on things, but it's whatever.
Right, yeah. It is what it is.
Yeah. So now you're at CSUN. How is the going? Online classes going for you?
Um, I'm surprised. It's actually going a bit smoothly for me. I think because like now schools had like more time to like get their online curriculum sorted. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'm liking it. I'm actually liking it a lot. Just like attending lectures while I'm sitting in my bed, like eating cereal and stuff.
Nice.
So,
What classes are you taking, if you don't mind saying?
oh yeah, I'm taking pre-calculus. Um, what else am I taking? I'm taking anthropology,
Ooh,
um, a biology class, and then two labs, which are my pre-cal lab and my biology lab.
cool, cool. I'm taking bio too, but only bio 100.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah. Cool. So other questions. So when you were transitioning from in person to online, did you notice that your grades went down? Kind of.
Um, yeah, mine's went down a bit. That was more because I wasn't attending the lectures. Because they went from like the teachers like kind of understood that the online was going to be hard for us, so they made lectures optional. So as a result, only like 50% of the class showed up, which was not including me. But yeah, I mean, I managed to pull everything out and like kind of like get everything in on time before the semester ended.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. I noticed like class participation, as you said, kind of has been going down. Like that sucks,
Yeah.
because I had like a lecture class that was about 80 to 100 people. It could be on any
Uh-huh.
given day. Like she read out like 80 names every single time.
Right.
64 of us on average showed up, and if you came late, she would yell at you. Anyway, but like we had Zoom meetings, and about like 20 to 30 of us showed up. So
Hmm.
if it's like 100 people, that's like a third of everyone going to class,
Wow.
which sucked because like she didn't even really know how to use Canvas,
Hmm.
really. So I had to email all of the assignments And this is like the first like beginning class
Yeah.
for my major, CTVA, Cinema and Television Arts. I just gotta mention that. Oh, my internet connection's unstable. Gosh,
Yeah, you froze on me for a little bit there.
sorry. But it was really interesting. I don't know how everyone passed. Like that, you have to pass that class to move on. And
Uh-huh.
60 people didn't show up. Like we had a
Oh,
group
wow.
chat and people would be like, "Hey, can someone send me the homework? Like these are essays. You can't just like
Yeah.
copy an essay." And I was
Right.
like, no."
Yeah.
I mean, I'd show up to class and I would be like, "Yo, this is what like is required." And they're like, "What? Why?" And I'm like, "Well, if you came to class, you would know why."
Right,
I don't know
yeah.
why I said it like that, but yeah. It was just, oh gosh, that group chat kind of got dead. Like in the beginning, because like in the beginning when she was transitioning, she was saying like, oh, okay, all of your assignments are still like due, and all of our assignments were like crazy.
Uh-huh.
So we had 2 meetings a week. Now it went to 1 meeting a week on Thursdays, and she said like, okay, all of your homework is due on Thursday. Like all of the homework that was due Tuesday and Thursday is now due on Thursday, which means you gave it extra time. But she thought, oh, that's extra days, so I'm going to assign more homework. You guys are going to go ahead a week, and I was like, what? It's the same amount of time basically.
Right, yeah.
Just I mean, unless you like cram it all and do it Wednesday night, which I did sometimes, but you know.
Yeah.
Still a lot of work, like 4 hours times two, so like 8 hours.
Yeah.
Like a lot of reading, a lot of documentaries, a lot
Yeah.
of writing. Gosh,
Right. That's a huge portion of your day.
yeah. Even if I'm at home, I still don't want to be like sitting there reading through a book like from 2 to 10 p.m. at night. I mean, I really like that class. Really like that professor a lot. But I mean, that class is just like really work heavy.
Oh, yeah, it seems that
Everyone
way.
everyone complains about that first class. But I think it kind of like proves like, oh, are you actually here just to like get by, or are you actually here to put in the work? I feel like I kind of like that class because I mean it's about TV and film and stuff, so a lot of
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. So Rodney, what's your major, or what was your major? Kind of talk us through the process.
Yeah, so when I entered Moorpark about 2 years ago, I declared myself as a music composition major. And sorry, I think I have to let my dog out real quick.
Yeah, that's okay.
All right.
So music composition. Wow, guys. um, Crazy. Don't really know what that is. Okay, so what exactly is music composition?
Yeah, so what music composition is, it's just basically creating music. So so like if you listen to the Star Wars soundtrack, the composer would go in and he would actually create all the notes that the musicians have to play. And it's a pretty long process, but yeah, that's at its core what music composition is.
Cool. I'm kind of learning music theory. Rodney, you're kind of a big help. I'm gonna have this book, Music Theory for Dummies. I'm on page like 22, 24, which isn't that much. This book is about 300 pages, so I'm so close to getting done.
Uh-huh.
Just kidding. Um, like you kind of helped me with that. I mean, not. I mean, you kind of encouraged me to like just go for it, which I think is really nice of you.
Oh.
Okay. um, So you wanted to be a composer probably, or
Yeah, so in high school, I actually listened to like a lot of movie soundtracks. Like that was my thing. So I was like, oh, maybe I can do this. So when I went to Moorpark and I found out there was music composition as a major, I was like, all right, I'll take that. So yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to get into.
so there wasn't like a. I know for film and stuff, sometimes you have to submit like a portfolio or something to get into film. You didn't have to do that for music composition.
No, surprisingly,
Lucky
luckily.
duck. Yeah. Okay. So, but now you're not a music composition major.
Right. So when I went to CSUN, I switched over to computer science.
That seems like a big jump.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like you were in the arts and now you're in the sciences. So
Right.
what changed?
Yeah, so when I got into music theory, I had a certain expectation of what it was going in, and it was really different from what I thought it was. Because when you think of music, you think of like creating stuff, right? Like
Yeah.
you don't think it would be too logical, or that's what I thought at least. But once you get into the core of music theory, it's actually really it gets pretty complicated. There's a lot of it's actually kind of like math. So there's a lot of rules you have to follow when creating notes and like constructing them and putting them together. And
Mm.
as I was like doing homework for it like weekly, I realized that like this isn't the kind of like if I do want to get into music, I don't think this is what I want to be doing.
Okay.
So
Like, what was the homework like?
the homework was it's almost like math homework. They give you a worksheet and then you just go through it. So that part was easy enough, but occasionally you'd have to create music compositions which are like 3 or 4 pages long. And it's
Like
great if
every week?
not every week,
Oh,
no. It
okay,
was like a
okay.
monthly thing.
Got it. Okay. Sorry. Keep going.
Oh, okay, yeah. And I'm sure it was like really simple for those who like were really passionate about music composition and like you really know how to put their creative thoughts into like notes and stuff. But for me, I was like really struggling with it. So it was around like I think I think it was last year where I'm like maybe I should start looking into other majors. I was interested in computer science for a while, so I took a class and it was difficult, but once I got the core concepts down, I saw it as something I could do in the future. So
Got it.
yeah, once I got into the season, I switched over to computer science.
Cool. So you took about a year and a half of music composition, and you're like, oh, this is not what I wanted, really.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Uh, yeah.
Cool. So, what has computer science classes been like?
Yeah. So computer science. So the classes were structured where you'd have a lecture, and they kind of teach you what code outputs like what on a computer screen. So like and the lectures would last like maybe an hour, and then after that he'd give you a problem to solve by the end of class, and then once you solve that you're free to go. And during the lectures, like it was I don't know, it was like I was able to get it, like understand it more than music theory. And when I finished the code, there's like when I finished my code for the day, there was like this sense of accomplishment, I guess.
Cool. Yeah. I
Yeah.
could just imagine there's still one kid in that class trying to solve a problem.
Oh yeah.
Because I took two engineering classes in high school. It's like my senior year, I took computer science to learn Java, so I kind of know what you're talking about a little bit. And my dad is a web designer, so he knows exactly what you're talking about. And I kind of hear about it, just hear
Uh-huh.
just sometimes. So, um, what what code do you know? Like what type of code? Oh shoot, what type of yeah.
So I know the basics of C++. I don't know too much.
Mhm.
But I I know over the summer I took a Udemy course on web design, which basically consists of, if I get this right, it's HTML5, CSS, and JavaScript.
Mhm.
So
I
I
know.
know.
Yeah. Sorry, I
Oh,
know HTML and a little bit of JavaScript because my dad, and I knew Java because of the computer science class.
oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know CSS or C++ or any of the other ones. But yeah, keep going. Sorry, I just want to do a little shout out.
Little shout out. No, I get it.
Mhm.
But what was I saying?
Sorry.
No, no, you're good. Yeah, so I don't.
The Udemy class.
Yeah, so I know the basics of those four languages. I haven't. I'm not. I guess you would say fluent. I don't know if that translates to computer science languages.
Yeah, I think
Um,
so.
I haven't mastered any of them. It's just I'm still kind of like learning it. I think next semester is when I actually start like taking some hardcore programming classes. So by then, I think I'll start understanding it a lot more, and then I'll be able to like start creating my own programs and stuff.
So I noticed that you're not taking any computer science classes yet at CSUN.
Oh no. Actually,
Okay.
it's because during Moore Park, I actually didn't take many at all. So when I got to CSUN, I still had a couple prerequisites and GEs I had to complete. So before I take any computer programming classes, I have to finish some of the stuff up this semester.
Got it. Okay. Do you use Code Academy? I've been kind of getting back into programming. Not like really. I just signed up like one day and just did like 2 hours of it. And then I remembered, oh my God, like programming is fun to a certain
Hmm.
extent when, because it's really problem solving. I think that's the big thing to it. And it gets pretty easy when you're like, okay, I understand this, and there's no like curveballs thrown at you. When you
Hmm.
get to a certain point, you're like, what the heck does that mean? And that and you throws everything off, or you like miss one semicolon or something, and it's completely off, and you're like, I suck. And it's just like, no, you need to calm down and just reevaluate it. But yeah,
Right, yeah.
Code Academy I think is good to like learn a bunch of different things. Do you use that at all?
Yeah, I used a bit when I was during my Udemy course. The instructor actually recommended like going on it for maybe 30 minutes a day.
Oh my God. Yeah. I did 2 hours. I started it like at 7 p.m. one night and finished it at 9 and was like, oh, never again.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah. I
I
don't
don't
know
think I
what
can even do that
I was
much.
listening to music. I was just vibing because like I know some of the stuff. I mean, I took a year long computer science class and I took HTML my eighth grade year, just computer science class when we made our own websites. That was fun. And I constantly thinking I'm gonna develop my own websites and stuff on Dreamweaver, which is Adobe application. And but then I go on Dreamweaver and I'm like, oh my God, that's scary. And I go back to like, okay, Code Academy is like simple, like it's made for people that know nothing. I'll do that. And
Okay.
I mean, it didn't take me like I wasn't hardcore like working on it for 2 hours. I just like it was on 7:09 and I finished around like 9:13. I don't know why I remember the time, but I just remember. I just remember it wasn't that long ago either. It was like 2 months ago.
Oh wow.
I mean, nothing's really going on during quarantine, so you kind of remember specific dumb things that you do.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah,
At 8:15 I went to the living room, stuff like that.
yeah, yeah. It's
Eventful
like me
day.
writing a book at 9:15. Yeah. Oh gosh, yeah. Okay. So I'm excited for you to learn more about computer science. It sounds dope. Just do you think I know like it's kind of the arts is kind of ridiculed a bit or just like seen like not as a career path. Do you think maybe that kind of like shifted your mentality? I mean, I'm not like attacking you or anything. I'm just
Right, no, no, that's fine.
just because I feel like the arts, I feel like me as a writer and as an actor, I guess I'll say actor, like without the quotes, because I mean, whatever. But like, as a person who in the creative field, or at least trying to get into the creative field more, um, it's kind of seen as like, wow, you're not going to make any money from doing this. Like, it's kind of like you have to be okay with living paycheck to paycheck or like living a frugal life. I think that kind of impacted your decision to go into computer science, which is a better paying job.
Right. Yeah, it impacted me a little bit because actually a lot of that talk was coming from my music professors. They're saying that this you don't get into music because of the money. You get into it because like you really love, like you're passionate about the craft. And of course that's like there's still plenty of ways to like make money if you want to do music. It's just maybe it might be a harder revenue stream than other fields out there. But yeah, so when I was doing music, like when I was doing all my courses and stuff, I found out that maybe I wasn't as passionate as what I thought. I wasn't as passionate as I thought I was
Mhm.
because I was going through it and I just kind of wasn't enjoying it. And I was like, this kind of I'm not willing. I don't think I'd be willing to do this kind of work for the lifestyle that. Yeah, I just
Okay.
I just wasn't feeling it.
I gotcha. Okay, so how many classes did you take then? Because I mean, you're there for 2 years, a lot of classes.
Yeah, like per semester or like per?
Yeah, per semester.
Okay, yeah. So I took a band class, which was basically that was a fun class where you just come with your instruments and like you just play music with a bunch of other people. Then I took a music theory class, which is where you learn the you learn the basics of music theory and like kind of putting notes to paper and stuff. Then I had a music wow, that's a hard word. Use
Magician.
magician.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, musicianship class where that's kind of like our music lab. That's where you learn a lot of skills about being a musician. So you learn how to like sight read music. You learn a bit of piano and a bit of vocal lessons. So
Oh
that class was
gosh.
pretty fun too. Yeah, the vocal was scary, but
Yeah. Because I'm just imagining people that get into music. I mean, the only knowledge I have, I don't know if anyone's watching this who knows more about it than me, but I don't really know about musicians that well, or magicians really, but musicians. Because the only jobs I can really think about is playing in an orchestra, at least for like Broadway shows or like just symphonies. I'm not sure if that's the right word.
that's yeah, that's a good word.
Okay, cool, good. Don't cancel me yet. I'm learning. um, or like you can play on your own, like a solo artist. But I don't know. I don't think that there's that many paths to music, or at least like playing an instrument. I could be wrong though, because I think about like writing. There's like playwriting. I mean, there's not that many either. You can't like become a gymnast from learning how to write. Those skills don't really translate that well.
Right.
I think you can become like a writer. I mean, yeah, like a screenwriter or playwright, or like a TV show writer, or like a star. I think that's kind of it. I don't know. That's kind of like what I'm interested in. You could probably do like anything else. Like, oh, maybe an author. I
That's
don't know.
true.
There's
Yeah.
many. I think there's a little bit more than musicians, but probably less money too. Just yikes.
Yeah.
um. Okay. Interesting. So, how many instruments do you play? Or like, how did you get started with that? How's your musical instrument journey has been so far?
Yeah, so actually my family is pretty experienced with like playing instrument stuff and stuff.
Ooh.
My dad played the trumpet in his high school. My sister played the clarinet, and my other sister played the flute. So they kind of encouraged me to get started with music in elementary school.
Mm.
So in fourth grade, I learned how to play the flute a little bit. In fifth grade, I learned the cornet, and then in middle school, I learned the clarinet, and then
Wait, you said coronet?
oh yeah, sorry, cornet is like it's basically like a kind of trumpet. I don't know too much what the difference is, but
Okay. I think an
yeah.
O and an A. I think that's the difference. Coronet and a clarinet. I think I could be wrong. I don't know. Okay. How big is it? Is it like a clarinet?
oh, oh, sorry, the cornet is like it's a trumpet. It's a brass instrument.
Okay, cool. Okay. I think I
Oh,
know the four
sorry, yeah,
types of instruments: brass, string, percussion, woodwind. Woodwind.
yeah, yeah. I think that's right.
And if it's wrong, don't tell me.
Okay, yeah.
Let me have this victory.
All right, for sure.
Cool. Um, so you got into what was your first instrument? Sorry.
That was the flute. Sorry, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Then what happened? How did you get to where you are now?
Um, so yeah, I played a couple different instruments. I wasn't really, yeah. And then when I got into high school, my mom suggested playing the saxophone because she really wants to learn the saxophone, and she's like, "Oh, if you learn the saxophone in bands, maybe you can teach me." So we had this like whole game plan going in, and I got there, and my band instructor was like, "That's a good idea. I'm gonna put you on oboe though." So um,
Yeah, but no.
yeah.
Nice try. Nice try.
Yeah, nice try.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've been playing the oboe for about 6 years now.
Dope. Can we see the oboe? I kind of asked you to have it ready.
Oh yeah. So this is it. It's basically identical to a clarinet, but it sounds more like a flute. It's higher pitched.
Okay. Can you play a little bit of it? You don't have to. I didn't
Oh,
ask you to, but can you?
yeah. I actually have to soak some reeds first, which should take about 15
What?
minutes. Yeah.
What the
So
heck? Okay, maybe we could do it. How long does it take? Maybe I can pause the podcast and you could just go. How? What? Explain that process before we go to commercial break, which is we don't have commercials because I'm not making money off of this. Um. So like, what does that mean?
yeah, let me see if I can bring one out real quick. So what a reed is basically a piece of wood that vibrates against the instrument that creates the sound. So hang on. This is what one looks like. My
Oh my
camera's not
gosh.
focusing, but think of it as like two pieces of wood. In this case, it's bamboo, I think.
Ooh. Okay.
Two pieces of bamboo vibrating against each other to make a sound. But to like get it to vibrate, you kind of have to soak it first, and that takes about 15 minutes.
What do you
But
soak it in?
just water.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So like every time before you had to play that instrument, you had to soak it.
Yeah. So I'd have to prep about maybe 2 or 3 reeds.
Two
So
or
I actually
three.
have a case of like 11, I think.
So it's not a one-time use. So after it gets dry, you're done with it.
Um, yeah, you can keep soaking it for as long as you need to play it, but sometimes the more you play it, like the more you wear it out. So that's why you kind of have to have a whole case of them.
Oh my
So
gosh.
yeah.
That's crazy. That's oh my god, that's so cool. I love that. Oboe kind of sounds hype now.
Oh yeah,
It
it's
doesn't
a
have a cool name, but like I think it's really cool. Sorry, no offense, oboe players. I just think oboe isn't a cool name. I I don't know what instruments have a cool name. I think harmonica has a cool name. It's kind of nerdy, but like I mean, I'm learning how to play it.
uh-huh.
And the
Hey,
ukulele is fun.
yeah, that's a dope name, ukulele.
I know, I
I like that one.
know. Me too. And then guitar. I mean, guitar is kind of but
Yeah.
piano. I mean, it's kind of basic. I think same thing with guitar. I don't know. If you know any cool instrument names, leave it down below. I think that'd be cool. Okay, so you want to go soak those reeds?
Yeah,
That
so
sounds
I'll
really
be
funny. Okay, I'll pause the recording.
okay.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. All right, welcome back, everyone. He is soaking the reeds, so we'll get that going in 15 minutes. So you should want to stay all the way to the end of the podcast. We're about 30 minutes into it, so wait till like 45 minutes into it. So, is that how do you tune an oboe?
Um, yeah, so for woodwinds, it's kind of different than like tuning a string instrument, like where you just like tune
Knob?
the knob, the tuning
Is
knob.
that
Yeah, I know
yeah?
what
Tuning peg, tuning.
yeah.
I think tuning peg, peg.
Tuning peg. Yeah, I think
There we
that's
go.
right.
I hope so.
But for the oboe, let me see if I have it. I don't have one right now, but usually you just like get a tuner, to
Yeah, I have
yeah.
one for my ukulele. Yeah, yeah. I've been saying ukulele more. I sound like the people that say Barcelona, but like I'm taking a course on like ukulele, and they like say don't call it ukulele, call it ukulele. So I was like,
Oh,
okay,
okay.
I'll listen to you. You're the professional.
Yeah, the ukulele expert.
Yeah, yeah. So that's awesome. So do you need like time to prep before you do it? I know obviously 15 minutes for the reeds to soak, but
Yeah.
so
Um,
yeah. How long does each reed last? Sorry to ask you a question and then completely switch to
oh
another
no, that's
question.
fine. You mean like per session or like for like its entire lifespan?
Both.
Okay, so like for usually a reed will last a concert, but like reeds are actually pretty unpredictable because they're made of wood, which used to be like living cells and stuff. So
Hmm.
like you never know when you're in a concert, like maybe you soak it for a period of time. And
Wait, how long? Like 15 minutes or normally longer?
yeah, 15 minutes is usually the average. It kind of depends on the reed. Usually older reeds take a bit longer to soak. Newly soaked reeds will soak as soon as you dip it in. But the average is like 15 minutes, I'd say.
would you recommend someone to get into the oboe, or is it kind of an advanced instrument? Low key, I'm thinking about it because I probably won't do it. I'm trying to get the bongos. I'm trying to get. Wait, what's the harmonica? What is this? Is this
Oh, I guess a woodwind? I'm not sure. I haven't thought about that.
neither have I. But I'm trying to get like a percussion instrument. I'm the ukulele. I have a guitar and piano. I'm getting a new piano because it doesn't work. I mean, just a keyboard, not a grand piano, of course. And then I have a guitar, and that's scary to me because the ukulele, I just play it while in class when I'm muted on Zoom,
Uh-huh.
and just fun to like kind of have some like underneath music to like my professor's lecture. It kind of makes it more fun for me.
Right.
Like they're just talking about like biology, and I'm just like, I'm just adding to the atmosphere.
Right, yeah.
It just helps keep me engaged. At least I'm not like on my phone or just.
Right, yeah.
But yeah. So is the oboe like an easy instrument to learn, or is it pretty difficult, or kind of in the
Um,
middle?
yeah, so they say that I don't know who the figurative they is, but I guess the music community.
Yeah.
The three hardest instruments are piano, violin, and oboe. So it's up there. But
Oh God.
honestly,
Oh God.
yeah, but honestly, like I I didn't really have too much experience with music. I mean, I did learn the clarinet, but that was like maybe a gap of 5 years.
Mm,
So if you do want to pick the oboe, I just say stick with it
good
because
luck.
I didn't. Yeah, and good luck. But honestly, if you really like the sound and it really seems like an instrument you want to play, just stick with it because I mean, I was able to do it, and yeah,
You could do it too.
yeah, you can do it too.
How much is the oboe? Like, is it really expensive to buy new reeds and stuff? And like, is it high maintenance kind of?
It is pretty high maintenance. So when I was in high school, a good read would maybe cost $15 per read.
How many do
But
you use per week? Sorry to go back to the original question. Like, how long do reads normally last?
oh yeah, no problem. So in high school, I probably used a read. I'd buy a $15 read. I'd buy two $15 reads, and that probably lasts me for the rest of the school year.
Oh, okay.
But actually, when I told my music teacher that, he's like, "You're not supposed to do that. You're actually supposed to have like a case of maybe 20 reads, and they're
Jeez.
each supposed to last you maybe like a month or two."
Did you buy them in bulk, like the reeds?
Yeah, so I actually had to get a subscription of reads. So they'd come in when they come in once a month, and they come in pairs of three. I know that's not a pair, but like a
Yeah.
group of three, I guess.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. And the
Cool.
professional reads that he had me buying were maybe $25 a read, so they were really expensive.
Yeah. So what? So you buy them online? It's kind of like Amazon or something, or like it's a specific website, or do you get it on Amazon?
Yeah, so my oboe teacher actually had a friend in I want to say Florida. That's probably not right, but
Yeah.
yeah, he had a website where he himself would make professional reads. So
Ooh,
it was just a one person business, and they were really good reads. So
cool.
yeah.
Um. Jeez. So like, where did you get your oboe? Because I mean, like, we live. Okay. Not spoiler alert. We kind of live in the same kind of area.
Yeah.
We're not like neighbors, but we're like I could walk to your house if I had to, and you could walk to my house if you had to.
Yeah. Maybe under an hour.
Yeah, I think I did the math. I did it once because you live really close to a place that we need to go to. I don't
Uh-huh.
want to say exactly, give disrespect, because someone could probably track where we live.
Yeah.
'Cause- okay, but I think it was 38 minutes to like get to the place that you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and bike riding because I was gonna bike ride is about 9 minutes, probably
Oh
less
wow.
because to your house, but yeah,
Yeah.
kind of neighbors, but not really. You know,
Yeah.
same area.
Yeah. I'd say.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Um. So like, where did you get your oboe? Did you like buy it online? How long have you had the oboe? How many oboes do you have?
Um so this is This oboe was the first one I actually own. I've just been using like school instruments for the most part. This one I've got since I started going to Moore Park, so maybe about 2 years. Yeah,
Didn't you start freshman year you didn't start freshman year of high school playing the oboe?
I did. Yeah, I
You
did.
did, you did. Okay, where's that oboe at? Is it broken?
So funny story. So they give you school instruments to loan out. My oboe teacher actually, or my high school band teacher actually had a pretty good oboe, and so I used that maybe until sophomore year. That's when I lost it at a bus stop. This like really expensive oboe that my teacher had asked the school to buy. So I had to buy a replacement oboe, which was like 10 times cheaper than the original one
Oh,
was.
okay.
But yeah, so I used that for a while. And then finally, my senior year, my teacher got like a really good oboe again.
Hmm.
So yeah,
I
I've
bet
had
she
a
was
lot of
I bet
oboes.
she was hesitant to give that back to you.
Yeah, she was like, just don't lose it this time. My
I didn't
oboe.
know they give you instruments. I never like thought about it because I kind of used to hang out in band like a little bit, just for
Mhm.
like two people. Yeah, I forgot that you guys don't bring your instrument. I think I would have known if you guys brought your instruments because I'm friends with some band kids. I'm like you and some other people. I can't believe I never thought about that. I just seems like just go right over your head when you never think about it. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay. God, that's like mind blowing for me, even though like it makes complete sense. Okay. How many? Okay. Crazy man. I'm still like shocked. Everyone's probably thinking dumb. You're dumb. Well, I mean, Okay, so if you go to CSUN, are you? So how many oboe instruments do you have? Like for you? Like it's not for school, just that one.
Yeah, just this one. This
Hmm.
one I got at a place in, I guess I can't say, huh? Can I say the state we're in? Not the
Yeah,
state, the
people
city.
know. Yeah, yeah. I mean,
I got this in downtown LA at a place called RDG Woodwinds. I think that's right. That's the right way of saying
do
it.
they just sell woodwinds?
Yeah, they just
Makes
sell
sense because the name. Dang, I'm trying to find a place where I can get good bongos. I
RDG
mean,
bongos.
well, maybe
Yeah, look it up.
I'll try it. I'll try it. Because I don't want to get it on Amazon. Because I got my ukulele on Amazon. I got two of them. Accident. I was gonna give you one for your birthday, but I didn't.
Oh.
I was really going to, but my dad was saying like, I want to learn, and I'm like, okay, because I used this blue one. Um, and I have like a cool tan one with like colorful strings.
Oh wow.
And I don't really like that one as much. I don't know why. I did pick a favorite. This one did come first in the mail. Wait, no, it didn't. I don't remember. But I just like this one better, just feels nicer to me. But I have that backup one. So kind of my theory is why I keep it and why I didn't give it to you is if like a friend comes over and we're recording a song, if I ever learn how to do that, he or she or they can like use the ukulele and then we can like play together if we
Oh
both
cool.
know what we're doing. And I for sure don't, so I hope they do. you know
Yeah.
so that would hopefully be the plan. And I have three guitars too. I mean, my mom has one, my dad has one, and I have the smaller one. I had it for years. I had the one piano and I got it from Walmart back in 2006. Had to get a new one. It barely works. I'm gonna get one soon, hopefully, and just be playing it right here. This is how you
That'd be
play it.
cool.
This is how you play it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I just start typing on it. You're gonna start typing. Okay. So you also, what other music classes did you take?
um, at Moore Park or
Yeah.
let me think. I think I covered most of them: music theory, musicianship, band. I did take. Oh, there's two I haven't covered. So we have this thing called, what was it called? I guess it's called. Um, it's basically where, I'm not sure exactly what the class is called. I'll just call it woodwinds for now. But that's when we come. So each of us music majors are given like a professor. So for instance, I had an oboe professor. The flutes had a flute professor. The clarinets had a clarinet professor.
Was there a harmonica professor?
Sadly, no. You could be the first though.
I will.
They're always looking for harmonica professors.
Yes, I will learn.
All right.
Imagine if I really did that. That'd be crazy. I'm just a writer.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, what else do you do? I'm a harmonica professor. Okay.
Like, how'd you get into that?
Long story.
No, but yeah. So we'd each come with our. So the students and the professors will all meet up for like a monthly session where we'd perform our pieces we were working on. So that was really scary
Yeah,
because it's
I
just
bet.
you playing in a bunch with a bunch of other woodwinds.
How many oboe people were there besides you?
There was one other woodwind, one other oboe player. Yeah, there was one other oboe player. So there was only two of us. Oboes is
So
kind of like a rare instrument,
it's kind of a niche instrument,
niche
I feel.
instrument. No one knows what it is.
Like, what's the most basic instrument?
Basic. I'm not
Kind of,
sure.
kind
I
of
guess
throw a little
clarinet.
shade. Clarinet. Okay, yeah. So
Woodward popularized
Woodward is,
popularized
yeah,
popularized
yeah.
clarinets.
I'm not into that. I'm into the harmonica game only. Uh,
Hey.
I mean, I don't know. I want to take up another instrument because I'm crazy. But I think the harmonica is really chill. Like, it's really, like, just fun
Oh
because it's
yeah,
so
yeah,
small. Like, look at this. I'm like,
yeah.
you're listening to this. You know how big a harmonica is, I hope. But, like, you just, it's so small. That's,
Yeah,
like, the appeal to the harmonica. I don't get why more people don't pick it up. Like, it's
you
so
just
small.
carry it around and like entertain your friends and stuff.
It's in your
Like
pocket,
that's
too.
cool. Yeah.
I used to bring this all the time to like, my friends' houses, like when I was
Uh-huh.
younger, because I have another one. It's behind this dumb thing. But I used to bring it and just shake it, and people used to be like, "Oh, what's that? What's that? What's that? What's in your pocket? Why is your pocket so big?" Take out my harmonica, and I used to like pretend there was like a little sheet music because like the case opens up and you can like pretend it's a book and you put it down and you're like, and then it's so stupid.
Like where?
But I did not know how to play it back then, and I barely know how to play it now. I'm just like watching free videos on YouTube, learning like some songs. It's really hard because I don't know how to breathe right.
Oh.
Like I can kind of get it down, and then like
Uh-huh.
you have to stop, and you're like, God dang it, God,
Yeah, I'd
pick it
imagine that'd
up.
be hard.
It is really cheap. I think I only got it for like $12. This new one. I actually have three. I bought. I was maybe gonna give you a harmonica, really, but then I thought like, no, you got to be into the harmonica. You got to want it. Because I was talking to you about the ukulele, somebody was gonna give you that, and I thought I can give him a harmonica, but I was like, what if he doesn't like the harmonica? So it was his birthday, and yeah. What did I get you again? Oh yeah, I remember. Never mind. If you want to know, email the podcast.
Oh.
I've been forgetting to promote to email the podcast. Email the podcast at athenarethispodcasts at gmail.com. If you don't know how to spell that, gosh dang it. Okay, athenarethispodcasts at gmail.com. Oh, okay.
All right.
Just email the dang podcast, please. Okay, thank you. All right, let's go back to this. Do you think your oboe's about ready? Because it's been about 15 minutes.
I think so.
Okay,
Hang on.
cool.
This is gonna sound unpleasant.
Sorry, guys, that was me.
Sounds like a little kazoo almost.
Yeah,
All
kazoo's a
right.
good instrument.
Yeah.
The best. Top tier.
Top to you.
Let's go.
I haven't touched the oboe in like maybe since May, so it's been a while.
Wait, can I record it on my phone?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm really making people wait for this. Okay, go, yeah.
All right. Wow. All right. So that's what
Well,
it sounds like.
oh my gosh, I accidentally took off my headphone thing. Good
Ooh.
job, yay.
Hey, thank you.
Fantastic.
I
I'm
would
gonna put,
have.
yeah.
Oh,
No, I'm just gonna put a small like a little like 1 second clip promoting it, like being like, come see Rodney play the oboe. That's why I just took like a 3 second video. Okay, cool. That was awesome. Thank you.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity.
Mm-hmm. So how long have you touched? Did you last touch the oboe or like use the oboe?
Um,
Play the oboe?
since May, I think.
So
So
beginning of quarantine.
yeah,
Long
I do.
time.
Yeah, I do want to get on it more though, because I have. Yeah, it's been 6 years riding with the oboe, so it's like it'd be a shame to
Give it up now.
yeah lose all that.
So how long do you normally or did you practice the oboe every day to like get
Um,
into it?
yeah, my teacher recommended an hour a day. I did 30 minutes a day.
Okay, more reasonable.
Yeah, but yeah, it's generally if you want to, yeah, that's how much I practice. Generally, if you're really serious about like doing instruments, you want to do more, but that's how much I did. So
So
shame
you
on me.
did you really do it every single day for 30 minutes or like 5 days a week?
No, I'd probably do. I'd like maybe alternate days. Maybe I'll do like Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays. So I kind of like stagger it out throughout the week.
Makes sense because I, you know. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Um, so how long have you been like into music? Like since like middle school? Before then?
um. Yeah, I'd say I started getting into it around high school. I wasn't really even into it too much when I started my freshman year. I was like, oh, free period, you know.
No, yeah.
Yeah, but I think in sophomore year, that's when I got into advanced band, and we were actually playing pieces. I was like, wow, this is great because like you're like coming together with like a bunch of people. You really get attached to like your bandmates too. But like you're coming together with a bunch of people like playing awesome music and like you have a role in it. So yeah, that's when I started like really getting into music and music composition and stuff.
Cool. So if we have an older audience or younger, doesn't matter, the who doesn't really necessarily can take the time to join their local high school or college classes, how do you get started in becoming part of an orchestra?
Yeah, so generally I mean, I don't have too much experience with that because I've always if I was in an orchestra, I was always in a class or something. But from what I think it works, generally you just have to look. A lot of them do have auditions, so you do kind of want to have experience with your instrument. But yeah, I mean, my music teacher, he's part of like a couple different orchestras. He's with the San Fernando Valley Orchestra, I think that's how you pronounce it. He's also with yeah, he's with a couple of them. And so I think orchestras are out there. You just have to like go online, find which ones are offering spots and stuff.
Like how many hours do you think a week that is? Just for like, do you think it's doable for the normal person?
Um uh I don't know. It kind of depends on your lifestyle. If you're, it does take up a chunk of your time, I'd say, because if you're going to weekly rehearsals, that's maybe like 3 hours or 4 hours. But generally, rehearsals only for like learning other people's parts and like finding out where you fit in. You generally want to like know, like want to learn your parts at home. So depending on the person, that might take maybe a couple hours a day. Like
Jeez.
yeah,
Okay.
it really depends on like how fast you learn and yeah, so it just depends on like how much time you have, but
God.
yeah, I mean it's definitely doable for the average person.
Sure. I don't know about you guys, but listening to this makes me really want to get into an orchestra or playing my instruments, even though like these aren't normally typical orchestra instruments. Makes me want to like learn something. Even the triangle. Gosh dang it.
Yeah, it's really fun. For those of you who haven't done it, like try it. It's really fun.
Yeah. Plus, I think there's no harm in trying it. Like, what's the worst that's gonna happen? You get rejected a few times. You're gonna get rejected your whole life. Gotta just get used to it. I mean, I'm a writer, so I'm used to getting no. I send out like my scripts. I'm trying to do it once a week, but it's work really hard. So about every 3 months, I send out something I write. Normally plays because I don't really write that many scripts, even though I'm a screenwriting major. So I gotta start sending out more of those. And I know like the stuff I have been writing for like screenwriting and whatever, I'd probably have to save those for my classes because I mean, you can't just have something published and then be like, oh, here's my script, screenwriting professor. They're like, you already did this before. At least if you have it ready, they don't really know that.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
If you're my screenwriting professor, I trust me, I didn't pre-write all of these. I mean, you never, it depends on the situation. Okay,
Yeah.
interesting. Good for that. Good. That sounds awesome. So if you listen to this, go for it if you want. I really want to, and I'm already into too many things. Like I'm like learning 5 different things at once, and music theory is like the last on my list because I think music theory would take a lot of time, obviously. Like it's
Uh-huh.
not like a juggling or like a skill you can learn in one day. It's
Right.
like years and years of comprehension and commitment. And this is like the 5th thing I do. So I haven't touched it for like 5 days now. And I'm on the 26th page. I've had this book for about 3 months.
Oh.
Oh god. So I still can I'm still on the subreddit though. Like
Okay.
that makes me feel like I'm a part of something.
I'm in the community.
Yeah. I know what's going on in the subreddit,
Yeah.
I'm there. I'm popping in, popping out.
Yeah.
Okay. So how many shows have you done?
Um
I think just high school, not middle school, college and up. I think
College, okay.
probably name a lot, or just a ballpark in general. How many shows have you done?
Um Let me see. So performances, I've probably done a lot. Maybe I want to say maybe at the very most 10. That doesn't sound like a lot, but
More than me.
yeah, so but specific, so like we'll have I guess there's not really, so we'll have like a show which is what was I saying? Never mind. Yes. So maybe like 10, very most 10.
Okay, how many have you done in college?
Um oh yeah, in college I've done 10.
Oh, okay.
Were we talking about college or
And well, in general, like how many have you done? Like in college, high school, middle school, outside of.
ooh, that's tough. I guess yeah, yeah, ballpark maybe 20, over 20.
Okay, cool,
And then yeah,
cool. Okay.
I probably got that wrong, but
I mean, we're not counting really.
yeah.
So what's the preparation like for those shows? Like at
Yeah.
least college shows.
So so you'd meet with your ensemble, whether it be like music, your wind ensemble or orchestra, and your conductor will give you the music, and you're expected to kind of have it down by like the first couple of weeks. So when you're in rehearsal, all you have to do is like just find out where you fit in. Like you don't have to figure out your parts while you're at rehearsal.
Mm.
So we'd probably maybe be like working on it for maybe 3 or 4 months. It kind of depends on how much music you're learning and the type of music. Like if it's more complicated, you're probably going to want a bit more time. But usually we like have a semester. Most of the semester we're working, and then maybe like the last 2 or 3 months we're doing shows.
Cool.
Yeah.
So do you know any pieces that you have done? I mean, I probably won't really recognize anything, but anything you want to shout out for all the music lovers out there that you've been a part of?
Oh yeah. I mean they're all kind of niche titles, except for one, and I'm probably gonna get this wrong, but it's either Beethoven's Ninth Symphony, but it's the one
Okay.
that goes like da da da. It's Ode to Joy, basically.
Okay. I think I know what you're talking about, but not that well. But yeah, okay.
Yeah. So if you know what that song is, link in the comments. Can I do that?
Yeah, of
Okay.
course. No, you cannot. No one. I better see no comments like that. I swear. No, yeah, of course. Okay. Okay. How is school? Let's shift back to computer science. How is school going? Like, what's your kind of plans with computer science? Like, I know you obviously don't have your classes for next semester. I mean, I don't. I don't know if you do, but I don't.
Yeah, I don't
Okay.
either.
So, like, what's kind of your plans with computer science? Because I mean, you're, and also with music, but like more specifically, kind of going back to your major.
So I'm not taking any computer science classes now because I found out I have to take a couple GEs and prerequisites first.
Mm-hmm.
So right now I've just been working on I'm actually working on this course called on a website called I think it's XYZ, but it's a certificate program. It's like $200, but
Ooh.
once you complete it, like you get a certificate like I've completed this course in web design and so I'm working on that so I can like put it on my resume.
Cool.
But yeah, so that's kind of what I've been doing, all I've been doing in terms of computer science. And then next semester is when I really start getting into like the core of it, I think.
Mm-hmm. So, are you kind of looking for a job in computer science, like like now or for the future?
Yeah, so I've been researching like what a career would look like in computer science. And the one I'm settled on right now, I think, is web design because
Yeah.
it still has like some logical stuff which I can manage, but it's also gives you like an element of creativity because like you're designing the web pages and
Yeah.
you're working with clients to like design web pages and stuff.
You can kind of my dad can get you a job. Not to like shout out or anything, but
Yeah.
like, same thing with Glorianne because I think her like marketing and management or whatever. My dad like offered, and he offered me a job too for social media because I'm really into social media. I might actually be taking up that job. I don't know yet. I gotta confirm by the end of this month. I will see. If I do take up that job, it's gonna be crazy because I'm gonna be handling all the social media. I'm not all of the social media, obviously, but like for CSUN, like the Twitter, the Instagram, the Facebook,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
having going to like meetings with my dad's coworkers and like and kind of just be taking notes and being like, okay, there's this event, we need photos, and then because I mean, I was gonna be a photographer for the website,
Hmm.
photography. That was a lot of work because it was all like grad students, not grad seniors when I was a freshman, and they were like, oh, they all like, wait. So when I was a freshman, all of the ones from the year before graduated. He had like four photographers, and they all graduated. And
Wow.
it was like, hey, I want to be a photographer, and he was like, okay, you gotta be available Monday, Wednesday, Tuesday, and I'm like, oh my god, no.
Oh man. Wait, so
So
you
I was
oh,
going to do that job. I've known this guy. I'm not going to shout out his name unless like I'm not sure if he wants me to. That's why. But I've known him since I was like 7, and my dad worked with him. My dad used to work in the library at CSUN. Now he doesn't work there. I'm not going to say where exactly he works.
right.
He does work on campus and also off campus. You never know where he's at. You'll never know. You'll never find him. Don't. That's not an invitation to go
Is that
find
a
him.
challenge?
Nope. Nope. You can do it if you're crazy enough, but I can seem to never find him. Oh, I
Ooh.
don't look that hard. I just kind of just chill. He always seems to find me. I guess I'm a really easy person to find. Um, all around when you're talking to people, but not during COVID. During COVID, he's at home, like you all should be.
Yeah.
Um, don't try to find my home, I swear. Anyway, but moving on. What the heck was I saying? Oh yeah, so I was a photographer, kind of. Like I'm into photography over like sports photography. I don't know. I'm just into whatever, and I like going to things because life hack. If you want to get into things, become a photographer and get a press pass because you can get in for free. I got into 2 games for free. And like
Wow.
just it's a really cool thing to have. Just a life hack. Maybe
Yeah.
if you're listening to this whole entire thing, that's a good life hack to know. And like it's pretty easy. Like all you need to do is know how to use your camera, and then be like, yeah, here. And then you just send in your photos in a day, and they give you notes, and then you. Anyway, my stuff has been on the sundial a couple times.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, I think only twice, but I only went to 2 shoots for them because they joined last semester. Then COVID happened. Then I kind of bailed because I mean, like nothing's going on at CSUN. I don't want to risk getting COVID because I think some higher up people, like people are in that class, in doing that because of a class. I'm doing it for funsies, and like I'm not going to drive 45 minutes to take some photos. Like I would normally, but with COVID and the risk and everything, I'm not doing it.
Right.
Plus, I don't
Yeah.
drive. Not
we'll
yet.
get we'll get there.
Yep. And when I do, I might start going for it again. I told them, like, yeah, when I get my license, I'll let you guys know. I told them that like 3 months ago.
Ooh.
It's
It's a
all good.
process. It's a long
It's,
process.
yeah, I mean, I haven't been researching it, but yeah, whatever. Um, but yeah, I was going to be one of the photographers that work specifically on the website. And the newspaper is something completely different, but they still like use the same photographers, or they kind of like share photos because like sharing is caring. So I like work with the sundial, and yeah, and you know, I might be a photographer for like both of them. I mean, I might minor in photography, and it's really fun. I mean, I already have the press pass; they can't take it back. They can't do it to me. They technically could.
Ooh.
They probably should. I mean, no, they shouldn't because I'm not abusing my power or anything.
Right. Yeah.
But like, if I was, they should take it away. But I'm not. It's still fun to bring to like places and being like, because it
Yeah.
says press pass on it.
Yeah.
On it, I look legit. I look legit. I look so cool.
Like a higher up.
Yeah, yeah. I'd be like, you try to
Show them
go
your
to like
card.
the Met Gala, being like no one's gonna argue with you. You know,
Huh?
no one's gonna argue with you.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like who? I mean, I guess they could, but if you just be like smile and be
Yeah.
like,
It's like, oh, it's a harmless reporter. Yeah, sure.
yeah,
Come on in.
reporter. I just take photos, but yeah, I
Oh.
want to get into reporting, but that's kind of spooky, scary because that's like meeting. Walk. I don't know. I'll get into it one day. It's just awkward being like, "Hey, you're doing your job. What's happening? Just talk to me."
No,
You
that
know?
sounds good. I can do it.
Yeah, no. I just took photos. That was the best. Yeah. Then I kind of got into not really writing captions, just kind of like you had to take down notes of the score of the games. And I went to a volleyball game, like a beach volleyball game. I had no idea what the heck was happening. So
Ooh.
they were like, "Hey, what was the score?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I think we won."
Three
I
touchdowns.
don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Two love, I guess. I don't know.
Two hole in ones.
Yeah, two home. Yeah, two baskets, 2 goals. Yeah, we
Yeah.
won. And they were like, "Oh, well, great." And I'm like, "Dude, that's the first time I've ever been to a beach volleyball game." And they're like, "Ah, yeah, okay, gotcha." Okay. So, kind of what's your future plans with music? What's your future plans with music? Sorry, I kind of froze.
Oh yeah, no problem. Oh, say it again. Sorry.
Okay. What's your future plans with music?
Yeah, so right now right now I don't really know because I think one of the big things I need is like a tutor, an oboe tutor. I can I can get one right now. It's just kind of pricey. So what I
Mhm.
want to do right now is kind of maybe go through a couple music books, and then once I have like a solid career and like I'm able to afford a tutor, maybe that's when I can start getting into my local orchestras or my local ensembles. So yeah, it's kind of on pause for the moment, but it's something I definitely want to revisit in the future.
Cool. So, are you kind of looking for a job like now? Are you kind of looking for jobs, or like, I mean, like, obviously with COVID, millions are unemployed.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's no rush.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I was at first, but right now I'm kind of like settled into my classes and I'm like well, I'm doing pretty good in my classes right now. I don't want to like kind of jeopardize that with a new job and everything.
Yeah, yeah.
Plus, I don't want to like put my family at risk and stuff.
Yeah, we can learn from Glorianne's episode that balancing school and work is pretty difficult,
Yeah.
especially with an instrument as well.
Oh yeah.
I feel like an instrument's kind of like a baby,
Oh, definitely.
or like a
Especially if
dog, a
they're
puppy,
yeah.
or a kitty for me.
Oh yeah, two little kitties.
Yeah.
Especially if they're expensive.
Yeah.
Instruments can get expensive.
But also they can't really make a mess, so that's good. And they're not, I mean, they're allowed though, but you're kind of the one doing it. So
Yeah.
you can't like tell an instrument to shut up. You gotta just shut up.
Right. Yeah.
You know,
It's all on you.
yeah. Okay, so that's kind of the questions I have for that. I have two more kind of questions. Do you want to speak a little bit more, anything else about being a transfer student and being a magician, musician?
Um,
Sorry,
representing our magicians out there. No.
sorry.
No, I think I think that's it. Do
Okay.
music. Find a way to do music
Yeah.
for those of you who want to. That's
Just go on
amazing.
GarageBand too. Like that, I did that for years. My dad just like making beats and stuff, and I would just mess with his GarageBand, and I do it on my iPad sometimes. It's so bad, but it's so funny. Just like mess with it. Um, or even just like slap a table every once in a while, or like make a beat
Oh
with the
yeah.
anything. Come on,
Music. Yeah.
music is
Anything.
good. Okay. You got a new phone recently. I know this is
Yes, I
for
did.
friend. Yeah, it's kind of weird. I'm just asking people like questions like, "How do you stalker?" Like, no, we're friends.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, Android or Apple? You just got an Apple phone and you had an Android for a long time,
Right.
so you don't have to pick a team necessarily. I just
Uh-huh.
do with that question what you want.
Yeah, so I do like this phone better than my old phone, but that's mainly because
So you like your Apple better than Android?
at the moment, yeah, I've had a better experience. I
Okay.
think that's mainly because like so many other people are using Apple and yeah, like when you're using Android, you get that little green text to other Apple users. They're like, "Oh, he's
Yeah.
using Android."
Yeah, I feel like I think that's really how Apple kind of dominated by like
Yeah.
making people feel like an outsider when they don't have an Apple product, when they could just legit not be, excuse my language, assholes, and like not have that happen, but they do it on purpose. Because yeah,
Right,
I've noticed
yeah.
some of my friends who add Androids switch to Apple, and I like Androids. Like if you're an Android user, I don't
Uh-huh.
hate you. I think some of them sometimes they're better than Apple, but I do feel like if you just don't want to talk to anybody, get an Android. But like if you want you want to like be included in group chats and like, just get an Apple.
Yeah.
If you can afford it, of course. I mean, you know,
Right, yeah. So props to Apple. They were able to find a way to,
do that.
yeah,
That's really scummy though, but
it is, but like, that's capitalism.
it is, gosh. Okay, so what else have you been doing over summer? I mean, like, yeah, music instead. I mean, not really music because you said beginning of quarantine,
Yeah.
but Udemy, any other online class, video games, right? Or do you want to say anything else? But it's kind of like the kind of direction I was kind of heading toward for that question.
Oh, like video games?
Yeah, like Fall Guys and Dead by Daylight. You want to talk a little bit about
Yeah, so
it?
the games, so we've actually had our friend group had a couple of Zoom sessions where we played. The big one we were playing over summer was Dead by Daylight on our
Yeah.
mobile phones.
Mhm.
That's always fun.
Yeah, I stopped it because I was too addicted. And also, I get really scared very easily. It's kind of like the same thing with Fortnite, me getting addicted to this stuff. But
Oh yeah.
yeah, I stopped it. I think I deleted it because I was just, we hadn't played it for a month. And I was like, I got addicted like so much. Like, Lorian's addicted, kind of. I wouldn't say addiction that way. It reminds me of what Angel said. If you do video games, but I really
Oh
feel like it can
yeah.
be bad at times, especially like because I was doing online school in the beginning of quarantine, like as everyone should be. Not everyone, but if you're a student,
Yeah.
you know what you should be doing, not me. Like it was hard when I would just be like, oh gosh, dang it, I have class. Like you're like, dang it, I have to stop playing my game because I have class.
Yeah.
That's kind of bad. So I stopped it. I deleted it. If you find your life being controlled by video games, just delete them. Like,
Yeah.
go a week without it. It's gonna be hard that week. Then just delete it. You'd be like, oh, okay, I didn't need it actually. Then you just delete it.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, I kind of want to get it again because I'm pretty bored. But maybe I'll just take up the oboe instead.
Oh yeah.
Maybe not, but
You
yeah,
still got harmonica, ukulele.
yeah, of course. Okay, so do you want to talk about Fall Guys or Dead by Daylight a bit, or
Yeah. So Fall Guys, I think that's summer, right? When did that come out?
yeah, I think like a month ago, 2 months ago.
Yeah. But
I don't know.
that one's really addicting. So if you're vulnerable to getting addicted to video games, like kind of stay cautious on that one.
Dang,
But
I want to get it so bad. You have no idea. But like you've been telling me that now there's hackers and stuff, so maybe I won't want to get it.
yeah, well, I mean, they fixed. I mean, personally, I haven't come across any over the last 2 days, so maybe they fixed some stuff. But
Just tell
yeah,
me there's hackers because I won't get it.
there's
Okay,
hackers everywhere.
cool.
Yeah, don't
Just
get
not okay.
it.
But get it. Okay, yeah. I'll just live in my fantasy that there's still hackers. Okay, now it's time for. Do you want to say anything else about this stuff or?
um, no, I think I'm good.
Cool. All right. So I got an email today. Guys, email the podcast. Email the podcast. I am opening it up and boom. All right. This is from I'm not going to say it because I think everyone who listens to the podcast regularly already knows who it is. Because I can't believe I'm emailing Timothy Chalamet. It's a reference to something. If you want to know what he's talking about, he means Matthew Flores, aka Derek. Okay, we'll make a video on it later in like a month. So check out my main YouTube channel if you want to see that video. Okay, what's up? Hi, Athena. It's me again, the general from General Insurance featuring Shaq. That's not a reference we have. He just likes doing this stuff. I have some more questions for the next podcast. I suggest that you go watch We Bought a Zoo so you can get the true Lion King experience. Wink, wink. That's a reference or something. And he said,
Oh.
"Don't explain the Lion King stuff here. You don't need to explain every reference." So I guess he thought I was going to explain the Timothy Chalamet reference. I'll just kind of spoil it if you're listening to this. I am starting a new YouTube channel. I know I have like many, but a new one where I'm just going to be doing reactions and stay off that. I think that's all I can say. Okay, here are my questions for you and your lovely guest, who I hope is Jazzery and Crotanoid. I don't know what that means.
I'm all of those things, whatever you said.
Yeah, as Derek was. For your guest, have you watched the best? He always uses this first question. Have you always watched the best episode of the podcast yet? The one featuring Derek. If so, what is your favorite thing about him? If not, why didn't you?
I did not watch Derek's episode, but
You're fake. You're just fake.
Yeah, but now that Derek said so, maybe I'll watch it because apparently it's the best one.
It is the best one. It just has the most amount of views because he keeps telling people to watch it.
Always got one.
It's
Now
really
I'm gonna watch it now.
it's really good. Have you watched Lorianne's podcast?
I did, yeah.
Okay, good. So you're kind of a fan. You just pick and choose who people. Just kidding.
Yeah.
Okay. You should definitely watch it. It's a really good episode. Okay. I mean, all of
My
my
bad,
episodes are
Derek.
good. All
I
my
got you
episodes
this
are
time though.
good. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Avengers, Infinity War, and Endgame were cultural phenomenons. If you could turn into any animal, what would it be? What animal would you become, Rodney? He just
Wait.
started off with something stupid.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What animal would I be?
Yeah.
I would be a dog or a cat because they just get treated so well by humans. Like you're almost guaranteed, not entirely guaranteed, a house to live in, I guess.
Hmm.
So yeah, I guess I'd be a cat.
I think I gotta say an owl because that's kind of Athena, like a symbol of Athena, and also that's my
Oh yeah.
nickname for the camp that I was supposed to be working at, but I mean, no camp this summer because COVID.
Yeah.
Okay, what is your favorite letter of the alphabet, and how does it correlate to Family Guy?
I like Q.
Uh huh.
Just because of the shape.
Mm-hmm.
But Family Guy. Is there anything in Family Guy that has a Q in it?
I have no idea.
Quagmire, is that a character? Or is that a Pokemon? I'm not sure.
I don't. No, I don't think it's a Pokemon. Maybe it's both.
My answer is Q and Quagmire.
Okay, I like Z. I also like A, but I feel like I can't really say that. I like O. I like O. I like Z. Oh, I like X.
A lot of
XOXO.
Oh, got you.
Girl. And a Z, just a random Z thrown in there. Okay.
XOXOZ.
I don't know Family Guy that much, so it correlates to Family Guy because I said so. If Steve from Minecraft was a part of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, what superpower would Jane Lynch have? These are really random, but I really like
Huh.
doing them.
Steve, well,
No. What superpower would Jane Lynch have? The girl, she's from Glee, and the one I showed you before recording.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
What superpower would she have?
so I have not watched too much Glee. If she does
Oh,
sing, I'd say she would sing.
no, she does not.
Oh.
She watched Glee. Um, yeah. What superpower would she have? Jane Lynch. I mean, you're watching. Isn't she in The Boys in the Band or something? I mean, not The Boys in the Band. The Boys. Was she in that? Or what show were you watching
um,
that she's in it?
yeah, The Boys.
Yeah.
I looked prior to the podcast. I looked up Jane Lynch. Turns out she's not part of The Boys, as I thought.
Oh.
So there goes that idea.
Well,
Yeah, I guess uh, super powered singing.
cool. I would say something similar. If you're listening to this and you're a writer, do not take this idea. Or even if you're not a writer, do not take this idea. I thought of a really interesting, stupid powers to have. Like one that I thought would be like changing the music in someone's radio. But it would be a super villain, because who would do that?
Right.
Like
Yeah.
they would change the music, but I really think that people can like, let's say I'm listening to like a Taylor Swift song, they would change it to like, I don't know, Jacob Sartorius sweatshirt. And like, but like my
Oh.
ears would go like numb, and you could just hijack their car. Like that's Jane Lynch's superpower. Or
Okay.
yeah, it should be a
Very
villain though.
creative.
That'd be fun. Yeah, don't take that idea. I might write
I
a
won't.
story about that. Okay, last question. What do you think Mike Wazowski tastes like?
Actually, as a kid, I always thought he tasted like green apples. Just
Really?
because, yeah, he has the sheen of a green apple.
Mm-hmm.
Sheen, is that the right word? Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I feel like he would taste like a pear and a plum mixed. Kind of
that,
fruity.
yeah, yeah, I agree. Fruity.
Hmm. Okay,
Would never do that to Mike Wazowski though. But
I would. If you see the stars, remember that you aren't one.
cool,
XOXO,
cool.
Derek. Um, okay, that was a great episode. Thank you, Rodney, for doing this.
Yeah, no
Good
problem.
questions. Thank you,
Thanks for having me.
Derek, for emailing me, or should I say, the general from General Insurance featuring Shaq. Thank you for emailing. If you want to send me any questions, you don't have to be that creative, or you can be even more one up Derek or Shaq.
Both of them.
And both of them, do it. And email the podcast, and I'll respond to it in the next episode with the guest, or if you want to just be me in my solo episode and do those every 4 episodes, do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, email the podcast, watch the podcast, do whatever you want, live your own life. All right. Thank you so much for listening, everybody. Hope you all have a great whatever day, night, and afternoon.
Tuesday, Wednesday.
Yeah. Christmas.
Yeah.
Watching it, or Hanukkah, whichever one. Anything.
Yeah.
Everything. All right. Thank you so much. Peace out. Thank you again, Rodney.
Yeah,
Check
no
him out.
problem.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.